Hey guys, how you all doing? Welcome back, Ofer again. In today's video we're gonna talk about Marty Friedman's secret for writing perfect melodies. I'm going to start off by playing 3 perfect melodies by Marty, or at least the beginning of the melodies. Try to pay attention and seek what is common between all of these melodies. Let's go! Alright, so as I mentioned before, these melodies have something in common beyond being beautiful, and that's starting with the fifth. All of these beautiful melodies start with the fifth of the first chord. So let's take for example For a Friend, it starts with a D chord, right? And the first note is A, which is the fifth of D. And it creates this power chord, right? That's why power chord is sounding so perfect, because it's just the root and the fifth. So, again, For a Friend. And Inferno. The first chord is C. The first note is G, which is the fifth of C. You get the idea. And what's also making these melodies so perfect is, of course, a great sense of phrasing and a motif. So as you could hear in Inferno, we have this motif of pa-da, pa-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, and the only note that is changing is the last note. And also, what makes these melodies sound so perfect is the fact that Marty is perfectly following the chords underneath the melody. So if we take Inferno once again, first chord, C, then we're having this stretch chord. From there we're going to A, F, and we're ending on B flat, and on B flat it does this. And beyond just playing the first, the third and the fifth, it's playing the extension notes around it. So we're having here B flat, right? And it goes from the major 7th to the root to the 9th. Goes back to the major 7th and ending on the root again. And then it's going into this perfect 1-3-5. Or in this case, 1-5-3, right? So once again. A, F, B flat. Perfect, right? Alright, so now I want us to try and write a melody ourselves. I wrote this cheesy backing track that only consists of cheesy chords, but it's also a great tool to use a simple cheesy thing to write a melody. And we'll try to write an interesting melody that revolves around the fifth. I did here, for example, was going from the 5th to the root and bending from the 9th to the 3rd. Alright, let's check out the lane backing track that I've created. Alright, so let's try and write the melody together. Let's try and take a cool idea from the previous example, from Inferno. So once again, the concept is going to the root from the major 7 or from a half tone below it. Going to the 9th, back to the 7th, and finishing on the root. So let's steal this idea. Music is all about stealing. And let's try to incorporate it into our chord progression. So we're at A. So I'm going from a step below it to A to B, back to A flat, and finishing at A. And I want to go down. And we'll start before the beat because we want to be cool, and being cool is doing whatever we want. Let's try it out. Alright, so that was pretty adventurous, but you got the point. I created a theme or a motif. I went back into this da-da-dee-da-dee-da-da, and I built off my melody of that. Of course, it was just fooling around and it wasn't a solid idea, but you get the point. I want you to experiment with this kind of idea. There's also a lot of great melodies that was written starting from the 5th going to the root, for example. I fucked it up, but you know it. Or for example, as I said, great melodies, super memorable. Try this out, going from the 5th to the root or the opposite. For example, on undertone, Marty does this. And this is going from the 3rd, the chord is C sharp. So going from the 3rd to the 5th. Root, 3rd, 5th. Full round, try it out, I hope it helps. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to the channel if you like what I'm doing. It helps me a lot. You can also follow me at Instagram at Oferholan and at Facebook. I'll see you in the next video. Rock on, stay safe. See you soon.